My teaching at UNCG has been gratifying and unique in several ways. And what I found at UNCG is that students' profile and their backgrounds are different. And so I had to incorporate their unique background in my teaching. When I see some positive changes in my students, I feel really gratifying.
My experience at UNCG has been fantastic. I think for the first time in my career, I have found a family. Now, I cannot stress how much I love working with the Public Health Education Department and its faculty around the dinner table.
Working with students online is not all that different than working with students in the classroom. You definitely have to interact with them differently. You have to set up times to have conversations. You might use Google Hangout, you might use the telephone. A lot of times it's talking with your fingers. But in the end, you really are able to make good connections.
It's interesting because when you start looking at online, you immediately think there's this distance and they don't see you physically. But like the world is now really oriented towards online communication, social media, I just try to be there and make them aware that I'm really here.
My research informs my teaching by making me a better teacher. The other side of this is why you're learning what you're learning, or this is how you can use what you're learning, gives me a different perspective.
For my teaching, I have my teaching principle called AA principle. What I mean by that is analysis and application. I believe that knowledge is valuable when it's actually used.
I really stress with my students 3 T's, and these are thoughtful work, timeliness, and team spirit. And if they can accomplish those 3, I think we're pretty good.
I tell them, don't let your schoolwork get in the way of your education. Oftentimes, they want to get the answers right, and that's what we call schoolwork. But the real education is sort of putting the book aside and getting out with the public.
So I'm a real big advocate for finding ways to connect with students so that what they're learning about in class matters when they go to another class or go back home or wherever it might be, and not just, for this semester, but kind of more long term.
I love teaching, I love the students. I teach organic chemistry, which is challenging sometimes, but at some point in the semester, a lot of students will get this moment where it just all sort of clicks, and that's really fun to see.
Receiving this award is just such an honor. It makes me really proud to know that I've been able to make a difference in the lives of my students, and that I've also been able to kind of join the company of others who've received the award before me.
I think it's a celebration of what I've been pursuing for a long time. It seems to me to mean that I've done something right and on behalf of something bigger than myself.
I really love teaching, and teaching is really important to me, so being recognized for that is amazing.
For students to thank me in this way by taking the time to write something about me, I can't pay it back, but the only way I can pay it back is to give them the same enthusiasm and love for the field that I have tried to do every class that I've ever taught.
This award means a lot to me because I feel that I'm honored, and I know that a lot of faculty members at UNCG are great in their teaching and research. So I feel that I'm also lucky to be selected as the recipient.
So I'd like to thank our department, the Department of Kinesiology, just for being behind me and supportive, and especially the smaller EDD faculty group.
I'm going to have to thank my mom and dad. I thank them certainly for the inspiration that they showed me and the grit and determination that it took to raise 6 kids and get them through college.
I definitely would like to thank some of the consultants that work in the instructional technology area, particularly Jane Harris, April Black, and Rob Owens, because they've always been there for me along the way.
I wanted to appreciate one of my professors in my university in South Korea. I would not come to United States or pursue advanced degree if it was not for her.
I want to thank my colleagues, the students, my research group, my family, my husband, my kids. Yeah.